Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel Wisdom IQ. And in this video, I will discuss a very important topic, seaports of India. And it is the part 2 of my lecture on seaport. So if you haven't watched the part 1 yet, please watch it. So let's start. Here you can see I have marked all the major seaports of India on this map. So if you revise through this map, things will get into your subconscious mind and you will be able to remember for longer period of time. So it is better if you revise through this map. Let's start. First we have Tamil Nadu. In Tamil Nadu, we have some important minor ports which are Rameswaram Port, Kundakulam Port, Kolachal Port, Kuddalore Port, Pamban Port and Nagapattinam Port. And in Tamil Nadu, we also have three major ports, Chennai Port, Ennore Port and Tuticorin Port. Let's discuss about Chennai Port. Chennai Port, it was earlier known as the Madras Port, and it was built by Britishers as an artificial port, and it is an artificial harbour, and it is the second largest seaport in India, and it is surrounded by lighthouses, and it is a container port, and it is located on the Coromandel coast in Bay of Bengal, and it is not suitable for large ships because of its shallow water. Then we have Ennore Port, which is also known as Kamarajar Port, and it is the first port in India which is a public company. It is registered as a company, and it is the 12th major port of India, Ennore Port, and the port is mainly responsible for handling of coal, and it was established to reduce the traffic on Chennai Port, and it is connected via road and railways. Then we have Tuticorin or Thoothukudi Port. It is located in the Gulf of Mannar, and it is a all-weather port. It can operate in any weather, any kind of weather, and it is also known as V.O. Chidambaranar Port, V.O. Chidambaranar Port, and it is known for pearl fishery on the Bay of Bengal. So therefore Tuticorin is also known as Pearl City, and it is an artificial deep sea harbour. Then we have minor ports in Andhra Pradesh. Gangavaramam Port, Kakinada Port, Nakapalli Port, Ramayapattanam Port, Duggarajapattanam Port and Krishnapattanam Port. All these ports ending with word Pattanam are located in Andhra Pradesh. And in Andhra Pradesh we also have a major port which is Visakhapatnam Port. Visakhapatnam Port is the deepest port of India. It also has the shipbuilding and ship repair industry, and it is the second largest port by volume of cargo handled, and it deals with the export of iron ore to Japan, especially from Belladella mines in Chhattisgarh. In Odisha we have three minor ports which are Gopalpur Port, Dhamra Port and Bahabalpur Port. They are important minor ports of Odisha. And we have one major port in Odisha which is known as Paradip Port. So Paradip Port is located in Mahanadi Delta, and it has deep water, so it can handle large vessels, and it is located at the confluence of river Mahanadi and Bay of Bengal, and it is administered by Paradip Port Trust, and it is a deep water port, and it deals with the since it is a deep water port, it can handle large vessels, and it deals with the exports of iron and aluminium to Japan, and it also has its railway system to make transport easy. Then talking about West Bengal, we have two minor ports in West Bengal, Kulpi Port and Farakka Port. They are the important minor ports of West Bengal, and we have two major ports in West Bengal, Kolkata Port and Haldia Port. Kolkata Port is also known as Syam Prasad Mukherjee Port. Okay, who was Syam Prasad Mukherjee? He was the founder of Bharatiya Jan Sangh, and Bharatiya Jan Sangh, which later on became Bharatiya Janata Party, and it is the oldest operating port in India. And recently, in the year 2020, the Kolkata Port completed its 150 year, and it is known as Gateway to Eastern India. It was built by British East India Company, and Mughal Emperor Aurangzeb granted the trading rights of Kolkata Port to East India Company, and it deals with the exports and imports from ASEAN countries, and it also receives import of landlocked countries such as Myanmar, Bhutan and Nepal. Bhutan, Myanmar and Nepal are landlocked countries, so it receives Kolkata port receives the import of these countries also. And it is located on the Hooghly river in Kolkata, so there is always a silt issue, silt get deposited. And it is a riverine port. What is a riverine port? See, let me explain. The blue color which you are seeing here is the sea, and the yellow color is the Hooghly river. So if the ship has to travel the upstream, then it has to if the ship has to reach the port, then it has to go through this river, Hooghly river. So therefore it is, the port is known as the riverine port. And since it is situated on the Hooghly river, which is the distributary of Ganga, so there is always the silt issue regarding this port. And the silt get deposited, which causes difficulty for vessels to reach upstream. And to solve this silt issue, Farakka barrage was built at Murshidabad in West Bengal, so as to divert water from the Ganga to the Hooghly river for flushing out the sediment deposition from Kolkata harbour port without the need of any mechanical process. Therefore it is known as the riverine port. Then we have Haldia port. Okay, Haldia port is also a riverine port. It is located downstream on the Hooghly river, and it is also the base for India's Coast Guard. And the port authority is Kolkata Port Trust, and it is built at the meeting place of the Haldia river and the Hooghly river. So that's all in this video. I have covered the seaports of India in 2 parts. So if you find this video helpful, then please hit the hit the like button and share my video, and don't forget to subscribe my channel. And if you want PDF of all my lectures, you can follow Wisdom IQ on Telegram. You can also follow Wisdom IQ on Instagram. The link has been provided in the description. Thank you.